Hello, everybody. What's up? I'm Jay with Guilty of Crime, and we're back, guys. Good to see you. All right. So today, I've been waiting all week long since I heard it. Yes, I got a million messages, guys. New text messages. Why did Stephan Sterns get Sevoflurane, and did Jenn Soto know? Now, before I start with any of this, guys, you got to remember, please remember to be human here. None of the family members asked for this to happen. So be kind in chat. If you get crazy or you start attacking, then you'll just be timed out with no explanation. All right. So we're here in the pursuit, and we have been since day one, for the justice of Madeline Soto and to arrest Jenn Soto and find out what she knows. As we're doing that, things are coming fast. Now that it's been almost 2 years, more and more is going to come out. So please, please, please understand that this is a real case with real people involved, okay? And harassing or attacking people or just throwing insults. I know, guys. I know it's disgusting what we're going to talk about today, but we don't exactly know what was used for what. We can speculate, and I am certainly going to speculate with grace today about what we see in front of us. I'm going to clinically explain what sevoflurane is. I'm going to show you. We're going to go through the notes. I'm going to show you the document, some pages that came from Plunder. I can't show them all. I got to say, it's really messed up that that document that was put out there has everybody's information. So people should be mad. And I'm not just talking about Deb and Chris's number, but people related to, ever called Stephan, ever mentioned in this case is right on that document for anybody to go and attack. Please do not do that. We're better than that. We don't do that. And these are about real people. So I'm done now. We're done. Disco DMS member for 19 months. Hey Jay, love your channel. Thank you so much. I've got my goal up there, and Tracy Sexy Juicy Lime Muffin. Can't get that name, enough of it. Thank you for the $2 super sticker. And I want to say thank you to Deb for giving us the text messages. Deb has always been super, super duper transparent. Not only transparent that she loved Maddie the way that somebody that was in their life as another grandma should. She's been very transparent about telling Stephan and Maddie and Jenn not to sleep in the same bed, and she thought they listened. She's been very transparent in sending me freaking emails between her and Stephan and Chris. So she's got nothing to hide, but she's got a lot to lose here. And I'm pretty tired of people attacking. So don't do that, or you're going to be timed out. Not only that, she's been kind enough to try to help us to get Stephan to talk to the state about Jenn Soto's involvement so that she can be arrested. Again, she's got a lot to lose. All right. None of us do when we're sitting there talking about it. So, Deb, thank you. I'm sorry that you're going through this. It's terrible that you have to be used as a target for people that don't know how to direct their emotions properly about this case. But that is not where we're going to target it at ever. This is towards Stephan Sterns and what Stephan Sterns did and what Jenn Soto should have protected her daughter from. That being said, let's go. All right. Daisy Duke, thank you for the $2 super sticker. You rock. All right. And everybody else that helped support the channel, thank you, thank you, thank you. We are going to be supporting some people in the Christmas, all right, over Christmas. So let's get into this because everybody's crazy about the Sevoflurane that Stephan purchased and had in his hands 2 days before Maddie's life was tragically gone. All right. Now he's convicted of the murder and the sexual assault. He's got 21 life sentences, and we're hoping to arrest Jenn Soto and find out. All right. I don't think Jenn loved Jenn enough not to throw her under the bus, and he hasn't thrown her under the bus thus far. He took his sentence. He's been out there. And he lies or not lies. He's also talking to law enforcement. I hope he can solidify that. That's why he stopped talking to us. Okay, so let's get it. Before I do the text messages, let me do this because everybody's losing their mind about this Sevoflurane. All right. Thank you, Foxy, for the guilty of crime membership. And everybody else in chat, don't worry. I'll try to pay as much of attention to chat. If you have a super sticker, all that stuff to get my attention, and the people in chat. Mom, I'm sorry, Deb. You don't deserve anyone treating you bad. You are not responsible for what our kids do, especially when they're grown. All right, so let's do this. I know everyone's losing their ever loving mind. I'm going to start off with this quickly and address what everyone's been saying to me. All right, now, you say he could have been using this many times. Often, how much did he buy it? Now, listen, let's answer that real quick. We've got new text messages, and we've got a specific text messages where Deb specifically asks Stephan Sterns about the Sevoflurane. Okay, and again, she was kind enough to share that, and he's been talking to us also. So all of the text messages I have wouldn't come out to any of you if she didn't and we didn't provide them. All right. That being said, Anna, member for 3 months, great group of crime crew members. Thank you. All right, let's address that right off the bat, and then we'll dig through the documents, read the text messages. So those people that cannot wait absolutely are just losing their mind, and they have been since Plunder put this out. All right. A lot of Plunder's video is very mostly speculation. She got the files, and honestly, most of it's just all speculation. And I say that because when you watch the video, she got them, paid for them, earned them, all of that stuff. However, she didn't have the information to back up what she was saying, and her video is a lot of suppositions. All right. It's not her connecting to the family. It's not her, any of that. It's her buying these documents, paying for them, and taking the time to make a video and ask the questions, but no real open-ended, no answers, just very open-ended. So please realize that as we do this, I will play the last half of her video for 10 minutes later so you can see what I'm referring to. All right. All right. Snee, what's up? Good to see you. Happy December. I just slapped that bad boy up there, guys. I'm going to show you this. This is the Sevoflurane order. Now, listen, these messages came from, I'll show you after. This is the state attorney, Monique Worrell, 9th Judicial Circuit. Okay. And what it was requested records contains bank account, debit and credit numbers, identifying information of victims and the sexual offenses and child abuse, as well as victim confidentiality request, and then other package tracking links, cookies, and other information that may reveal the victim's home address has been redacted. Other one hasn't been redacted. Okay, so let's just get right into this part, and then I'll show you. It's slapped right up there on the screen, guys, and us as detectives put it together. I'm going to zoom on in. This is from Plunder, you can see, and Sustanet Gmail. Now take a look at this email. This is an email, 2/23/2024, days before Maddie was missing and then no longer with us. This is Stephan Sterns from Walmart, Sustanet Gmail. That's directly his Gmail. It says your Sevoflurane USE inhalation, whatever, you'll see that, was delivered. Your package has arrived. This was days before Maddie died. All right. Days before Maddie was killed, I should say. That's what he received. So that's a big bombshell in this case. All right. It's a huge bombshell in this case. And let me get back to it. All right. And in this, I gotta say, Clar, in this, boy, is there a lot of information, but there's also too much information that should never have been put out there. Please. Okay. Yeah. I forgot the thing. Do me a favor, come on in, hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't, get a membership if you can. You're not going to want to not be a member this month because we have so much for you. All right. Member for 3 months. And then Snee, thank you so much for the guilty of crime membership. All right. I blasted that up there. There's a lot. Where was this delivered to? Well, it was delivered to wherever Stephan was. Everything's redacted. I'm showing you what I have on the screen. Okay? What I have is, and what you see is what you're going to get. Okay, so listen, this is his email. Days before Maddie was dead, he received his package. It's redacted here, so we don't know, but we're going to speculate that this was delivered to his house where he was living with his parents, because he was at his parents at the time that it was delivered. So it couldn't have been delivered to Jenn unless it was delivered to Jenn. She received it and then he got it. And if that were the case, then listen, guys, law enforcement would have been asking Jenn about the Sevoflurane that was delivered to her house and not to Stephan. Now, it's a prescription and our detective hats are on, and the way that he got the prescription, I'm going to say this once and then when I get into it, all right? You can go get a prescription, almost anyone you want. You can go to quickmd.com and go on there and say, hey, I need a prescription for this. They give you a prescription online from a shady ass company. They send it over to Walmart or CVS, and then Walmart or CVS fills that prescription. I assure you that did not come from a veterinary clinic, a groomer, or anything that had to do with it. It was straight to Stephan. Whether it got to Stephan and then Jenn Soto, I'm going to tell you. Indy Isham, thank you so much for the $4.99. Jay, hugs, girl. Thank you. And I'm in very serious mode today because I'm not playing around. I'm making this video to give you the real information that I have. Cooking dinner and listening. Prayers for Deb and Chris. Thank you so much, Clark, for the $4.99. I love you and all of my crime crew, Indy, all my people. Snee, thank you for the gifted memberships. If I miss something, I'll get back to you. I've got a lot to read to you guys today. Okay, so there's the Sevoflurane days before Maddie went missing and died. Now I'm going to tell you, I do not think that it was a premeditated murder by any means, but this makes sense why Stephan was charged with premeditation now. I never knew why he was charged with premeditation, and now I know. I know that because the package that he received, and probably what ultimately helped to have Maddie vomit on herself, her heart to slow down. I couldn't figure it out until I saw this, and then I'll tell you why. I do not think that Stephan planned to kill Maddie, and I do not think that Jenn planned to kill Maddie. It was charged premeditation because of the things that were ordered and looked up on the internet, which we're going to show you. If you see the fact that he bought Disney tickets for Jenn Soto and he didn't have money, he had to make payments. Even for the Sevoflurane, he had to make payments because he didn't have enough. All right. And then we got here it is again. Sevoflurane shipped 2/13/2024, 9:49 p.m. Walmart.com to Susanet. That was when he ordered it, or when it shipped on the 13th. Okay, you guys can see that right there. Many indications today are going to show you guys that it was probably not a premeditated murder of Madeline Soto. They were planning to go to Disneyland on Jenn's birthday. He had bought a cat post to just recently, days before. There were so many things that he was looking at and purchasing that leads to my assumption that he didn't plan to take her life, and whatever him and Jenn gave to Maddie that night killed her. Okay, you can't experiment with a bunch of drugs and not expect somebody's heart to slow down. And then when that happens, you can actually fracture a hyoid bone by somebody vomiting so hard that you get a fracture in the hyoid bone. So the vomiting, the fracture in the hyoid bone, and all of that leads me to believe what happened here is what we're getting closer to, that and when Stephan Sterns can actually talk when the case is closed or they charge Jenn Soto. All right, that's my take on this. Now let's continue. Jamie Casey, what's up, my girl? Choo choo. Thank you for the $1.99 super sticker. Listen, Suzanne, it is something used in the animal hospital along with the monitors and dispenses it, but that's just a tiny bit of the context that's out of the sort. All right. But it was charged as premeditated. It was, in my opinion, it wasn't a let's kill Maddie. We're going to buy this and do this and then kill her and cover it up. In my opinion, it was not. It was experimental and accidental. And then everything else, they should have freaking called 911. It would have been a lot different if they had called 911. And I bet you the whole CSAM charges would have never came out. Okay. And Deb, I'm so sorry. The stress is affecting the poodles. You just cleaned up the fourth pile of liquid poop. Poor babies. I can't even be mad. I'm influencing them. Yes. If you got to step away, Deb, please also do that. All right. Yeah, she did choke on her own vomit. And he even told us that. The last messages I read talked about her throwing up over and over and over. But now we understand much a different reason why. When you're experimenting with stuff like that, you shouldn't be. Just say no to drugs, kids, says James. All right, so here's that. I just wanted to show you the proof. Okay. And then when people are saying, how the hell did he get it? Well, quick MD. And I'm going to go over all that right now. Okay. So then you can see some of this stuff here. Walmart again on 2/11. Thanks for your order. 2/11 is when Stephan ordered the Sevo from Walmart. And no, Jen is not going to be able to sue Walmart. And I'll tell you why after this. All right. And then under here, we got Stephan. And look at this. I'm telling you, right? Look at this on the screen. Stephan, you successfully created. He bought $188 Sevoflurane, $188.31, one-time card for Walmart, $2 service fee, and he actually broke it up in payments for this thing. Okay, or I believe he broke this one up in payments. It's not on here yet, but he wasn't planning to take her life. Now, one other thing I wanted to show you was the body torso that he purchased. He didn't have that torso very long either. Again, I don't think that they planned to kill Maddie and do that. I believe it was accidental. And with all the CSAM, they both panicked, got her dressed, and dumped her body. Now, this one's on. This was only a month before Maddie was last, seen and died. 1/17/2024, Stephan said, I want a full body. I want a torso doll with realistic tunnels, and which was one more comparatively affordable model. So he's looking up a sex doll, which ultimately was found at his home, and Deb freaked out, thought it was a body, etc. She was asphyxiated. She was asphyxiated. They didn't say strangulation, and we don't have the toxicology or the actual autopsy. But Stephan Sterns did have the autopsy, and he did have the toxicology. And if you stay here, I'm going to tell you what he says about the toxicology and the autopsy. This is a drug that's used to sedate. All right, guys, since everyone's sitting there speculating, I was planning to do this show a little bit different, but here it goes. All right. Lies, lies, lies. All right. And whoever's lying, I'm not really sure what they're saying lies, lies, lies about, because that's what we're talking about today. Elroy, if you think he strangled her, that's fine. You can believe that. I'm glad you're being objective about it, but that's not what she died from. Strangulation was not the cause of death. All right. So you could say that all day long. Everyone can say I'm lying or whatever, but that's not the case. You're just making stuff up now. Lizzie, thank you for being a member. And thank you. We appreciate you. Welcome to the crime crew. All right. We're going to listen to this. What the hell is Sevoflurane? All right. It's an inhalation anesthetic agent. And this is what Stephan Sterns had in his possession. And it probably got to Jenn Soto as well. You cannot vape this stuff. You cannot vape this stuff, okay? How you can get it, licensed hospitals, surgical centers, and veterinary clinics can purchase it through regulated pharmaceutical suppliers. You cannot, a groomer or an unlicensed individual cannot legally obtain it. Vets can use it, but it's not common for them to use that as an anesthesia, but they do use it. It's administered via specialized equipment. You can't use it with a vape pen. No way, no how. All right, let's go.
Systemic effects. From this video, you'll know what is sevoflurane, systemic effects, reaction with CO2 absorbent, storage. Before going to the video, if you're new to my channel, please subscribe to my channel and click the bell icon to get regular notifications. Also, follow me on Instagram.
All right, we got you. It's in the description, buddy.
Sevoflurane is a sweet-smelling, non-flammable, highly fluorinated methyl isopropyl ether. Used as an inhalational anesthetic for induction and maintenance of general anesthesia. Sevoflurane is a fluorinated inhalational anesthetic agent. It has a maximum number of fluorine atoms. This fluorination increases potency and decreases flammability. This makes it non-flammable. It has a low blood gas.
All right, listen, pay attention to this because it's going to answer a lot of your questions, folks. And do me a favor, we have over 300 people in chat. Hit that like button. All right, now listen, how did Stephan get it? Some of you guys are going to ask that question again and again. Please go back and listen. Cheeky, I'll answer it again. But listen, Quick MD. More than likely, he went on to Quick MD and he got a prescription and they sent it to Walmart, okay? So he got a prescription online, which anybody can do. He sent it over to Walmart. Walmart filled it. Walmart cannot be sued by anybody if a actual licensed doctor that gives prescriptions can do so. Now, this should be regulated. This should be a controlled substance like the opioids, but it's not. It's not a controlled substance in the way that you would think it is. All right. We did a whole thing on the controlled substance. I gotta listen. Okay, let's listen to this and then I'll tell you about the controlled substance part. It's not controlled like opioids are, where you have to go into a doctor's office, get a piece of paper, and take it into Walmart or them to send it to Walmart. It's not like that. It's not controlled in the way you think. All right.
Gas coefficient of 0.65. The blood gas coefficient is nothing but the solubility of the agent in the blood. Lower blood gas coefficient makes the agent less soluble in the blood, leading to faster induction and recovery. Due to the low blood gas coefficient, sevoflurane has faster induction and faster recovery. So, it became the agent of choice for inhalation induction in children and for daycare surgery. Central nervous system. It causes least cerebral vasodilation. So, it decreases the intracranial pressure. So, it can be used in neurosurgeries, in patients with high intracranial pressure.
Nope.
Cardiovascular system. All inhalational anesthetic agents.
So it's showing you that it was an inhalation thing used for surgery and it's not controlled in the way that it should be. All right. Direct answer. Sevoflurane is not considered a controlled substance in the United States under the law, but it is a prescription only anesthetic that can be obtained and used if the right person has a medical license to do so. I can take you on to Quick MD right now and pull that up and put that I want Sevoflurane. I'll get a doctor that says, hey, pay me $99 and I'll talk to you and then I'll write you a prescription. That is how he got it, more than likely. All right. And again, we're digging through the document. So once we find that, all right, what's up, twin mommy boys? How you doing? Hello. All right, let's keep going. That way you guys know what the hell this is all the way through and through.
Cause hypotension. In addition to hypotension, sevoflurane also prolongs QT interval on ECG. This prolongation of ECG doesn't have any compensatory tachycardia. Cardiac output is not well maintained as Desoflurane or Isoflurane. Respiratory system. Inhaled volatile anesthetics, such as halothane, isoflurane, sevoflurane, and desflurane, are known to be potent bronchodilators. It is also an agent of choice of intraoperative bronchospasm. The reaction of sevoflurane with soda lime. Soda lime, a carbon dioxide absorbent. Soda lime is used in closed-circuit breath-in systems for absorbing carbon dioxide. The main function of soda-lime is the absorption of CO2. But this, soda-lime with sevoflurane conforms compound A. This compound A is can be nephrotoxic. This can be prevented by increasing fresh gas flow. The fresh gas flow of 2 liters per minute is used to prevent the formation of compound A. This fresh gas flow makes the agent faster, less reaction with soda-lime, and less formation of compound A. Storage. Sevoflurane is degraded by metal and environmental impurities. When it is degraded, it forms hydrogen fluoride. This hydrogen fluoride, HF, when a patient inhales it can lead to the burning of respiratory mucosa. Acid burns. This can be prevented by the addition of water during manufacturing and storing it in the special plastic container, so it is not exposed to metal or the environment.
All right, and we're going to try to get to all the other questions about everything. Foxy, thank you for answering that. Stephan Sterns got a web prescription and used it at walmart.com. Now, you wouldn't be able to do that. And yes, I've thanked Plunder for getting the documents, although I wish they were redacted more. All right, the stuff is nasty. And I don't know why it wasn't explained better in the, on the actual episode, because then everybody's asking what it is. Again, I'm going to give you a quick clip on this so you can see who uses this and what.
So this person here actually asked me, why do I prefer to use Isoflurane instead of Sevoflurane? I don't particularly have a preference. I actually use both gases sometimes, but she watched a video where I used Isoflurane, and I do use that gas most of the time. So there are many reasons that you can choose one gas over the other, but I find Isoflurane to have more of a hemodynamic stability compared to...
So basically, who's using this, guys, are the doctors, the dentists. We don't need to get into the compounds of it. I just wanted you guys to know what it was, so if someone comes in, they can go back and rewatch it. Okay, now let's get into what we're doing today. I'll try to answer the questions with my introduction, and then we're going to get into the actual new text messages and then everything else that we can do. Yeah, it's like an anesthesiologist, and it's very dangerous when somebody that's not an anesthesiologist is mixing it with Ativan and marijuana and sleeping pills. All right, no, you're not blocked, Carrie. You're not going to get blocked. All right, yeah, we used to be. You can call him a chomo, Barb. I don't know who said not to call him a chomo. I never changed my opinion that Stephan Sterns that he essayed Maddie for years. All right, we just don't use the other words. That's the short for it. So I don't know who's saying you can't call him a chomo. I've never changed my stance on who Stephan is, and Stephan has all but admitted to all of the sexual assaults on Maddie, and he's told me I just don't want to talk about it. All right. Now I've heard of Sevo because I had a brachial. I don't know how to spell that, dog. So I also use the anesthesia. It's used with surgery on them. I've had a hard time believing you can get a script. Yes, you can. You can easily get a script for that lemon lime. So I don't know how you could say PDF or Chomo. It doesn't matter. We're not changing that. That didn't change, guys. None of that's changed. What was done to Maddie's disgusting, and they're both guilty. Absolutely. What's up, Truth Seeker? Good to see you. All right, let's get through this, and then we'll get back to the documents. All right, let's go into this so I can. All right, listen, easy peasy. I literally got the answers for you. So if it's hard to believe, go check for yourself. I asked, can vets use it? Yes, Sevoflurane is commonly used. Let me take this up. Commonly used in veterinary anesthesia for surgeries. It's administered via specialized equipment, vaporizers, and anesthesia machines. That's how strong it is. Online prescriptions company. Guys, listen, even dogs. You can get it for a dog online. Online pharmacists exist for human and pet medications, but controlled substances like anesthetics are not available. But that's not a controlled substance, according to the United States. Examples of legitimate online prescription companies: Chewy Pharmacy and GoodRx.com. I can go on to GoodRx.com right now and show you online that I can tell them I want this Sevoflurane and tell them why I need it, and they will write me a prescription. All right. So if you don't know, now you know, in the words of Biggie. If you don't know, now you know. All right, let's keep going. Let's keep going. All right. Safety and misuse questions. Now, these are all the questions that you guys asked of the Plunder video. Can you put sevoflurane into a vape? No. Sevoflurane is a volatile anesthetic requiring specialized vaporizers. Attempting to inhale it outside of medical supervision is extremely dangerous and not feasible. Can it be bought online? Not legally. Any online sale to consumers would be illicit. Well, we need to find out who the company was that prescribed it and hold them accountable, not Walmart. We shouldn't be asking, can Walmart be sued? We should be asking, can the company that gave Stephan a prescription be sued? That's the question here. How much Sevo can you take? What's the overdose risk? Sevoflurane is dosed by anesthesiologists in controlled concentrations. Overdose can cause respiratory depression, cardiac arrest, and death. Does sevoflurane show up in drug tests? Standard drug panels do not test for anesthetic gases. Detecting SIVO requires specialized toxicology testing. Now listen, Jenn Soto had Maddie cremated right away. I've always had a problem with Maddie being cremated right away. When there's a crime of this magnitude and your little girl's been graped for 6-7 years, okay? And then all the other drugs and things that Jenn was giving Maddie behind the scenes, she did not want that to come out, and they do not test for things like SIVO if you don't know what you're looking for, okay? So that being said, she cremated Maddie so that they wouldn't find all the drugs that was being given to her, okay? And yes, that's my whole point in showing you this, because it would have a very short shelf life if he didn't buy it and use it right then and there. Now, they can save a blood sample, but that is not necessarily how it is obtained. The sample has to be taken from the liver, and there's a lot of special circumstances and things that you would do to test for something that you're inhaling. And then if you go ahead and cremate a body, then it's even harder to go back and find out. For Chewy Pharmacy, you still need to send an RX from an actual vet. They won't just randomly send you exactly Zuleek. So if you go on to goodrx.com and you pay them, then guess what? They'll do that. Should be a doctor and license number. Yes, and there will be. There will be. Guess what? There's a license attached to goodrx.com, onlinescripts.com. And if you Google that right now, you'll find 10 companies that will give you a prescription. Okay, so SIVO can overdose you and cause respiratory depression, cardiac arrest, and death. Does it show up in drug tests? No, unless you're looking for it. Do you need a license? Yes. Okay. How does it work? It depresses the central nervous system, reproducing unconscious and muscle relaxation by acting on the GABA receptors in the brain. Toxicology after death. Sevoflurane is volatile and dissipates quickly. Unless specifically tested for soon after death, it may not be detected. Cremation eliminates the possibility of later testing. Do I need to put that up for you guys even bigger? Okay, listen, and I'm not trying to be an asshole, but I don't want to say it 1,000 times. I've said this before. Jenn Soto cremated Madeline Soto with a purpose. She did not want her body to be inspected for all of the grape, all of the things that weren't evil, all the sex acts, all of the things that Jenn Soto was also giving her. When I say things, I mean drugs. Okay, I'm not going to sugarcoat it today. Look at that. Toxicology after death. Sevoflurane is volatile and it dissipates quickly. It will not stay in the blood long, like Darlene said. Unless you're specifically testing for it soon after death, it may not be detected. Cremation eliminates the possibility of later testing for this. So please, unless you're a doctor and you guys know, try not to argue with me about this, because I'm telling you right now, I've said it from day one. Arrest not Hen Soto, Jenn Soto, because Jenn is just as responsible for this as Stephan Sterns is. And a matter of fact, she cremated Maddie with a purpose, in my opinion. Michael Jackson would take shit like that. He died. Okay. It slows your heart down. Yeah. Mix them with other drugs. You're going to vomit and you're going to die. Right. This explains why she was probably sleeping in class. All right. Now, I put that up there for long enough. If you cremate a body, it's going to be really hard to check for something that you're huffing or sniffing later on. Let's arrest Jenn Soto. All right. Davina79. Thanks, Jay. I'm really glad I found you from Turtle Island. Thanks for the hard work you put in, plus your mods. Thank you so much for the $20 super sticker. You guys stay with me after this. Yes. Michael Jackson had propofol. Yes. Similar, but better. All right. Michael Jackson was rich. Stay with me after this because we're going to talk about Christmas stuff. All right. Again, Jamie Casey, thank you. James McConnell, thank you so much for the $1.99 super sticker. Lizzie, thank you for being a member. And Davina, thank you for the $20 super chat. Okay, let's keep going. I hope you guys understand cremation eliminates the possibility of later testing. All right, what we're talking about today, Stephan Sterns' phone contents, bank records, and emails. Okay. He reset his phone on February 28, 2024. Last time he was able to do that ever. Location history contradicted his statements, alerting law enforcement to knowing that he was lying and then finding the different cameras from where he actually went. Accounts found here: Gmail, TikTok, Tinder, Walmart.com, and Discord, and many other sites. One in particular was a toddler type of PORN, a toddler CSAM site, toddlers and SEX, toddlers and abuse. No doubt that Stephan Sterns liked looking at young children. No doubt that Stephan Sterns graped Maddie for years. Without further ado, and without me saying any different, Stephan Sterns is and was a chomo. All right. I don't think that's going to go away. And when you look at his searches, which I'm not going to show you all, he was absolutely sexually aroused by children. Okay. Did I say that? Am I clear enough for everybody? Propofol is a great drug for anesthesia, but you want a doctor monitoring your heart at all times. And the same with the anesthesia that we're talking about today, Sevoflurane. Okay. But when I make this loud and clear that Stephan Sterns liked to look at little kids and he assaulted Maddie as a child, separate that from Stephan Sterns and his parents. He's a grown-ass man. Do you think that he shared that with his parents? No. All right, and it's not a pill. You have to breathe it in. The Sevoflurane is a anesthetic that you breathe in, and that's why it's hard to find in a body unless you're looking for it. Okay? All right, and now that she was cremated, good luck finding it. Purchase individual Sevoflurane. Stephan Sterns purchased Sevoflurane on February 12th, 2024. It was $188.31. It was delivered February 25th, and a torso doll, right? It was also, those are the two things we're talking about. Now listen, tickets were purchased for Jenn Soto's birthday. Remember when she said, "This is the worst birthday ever"? They were supposed to go to Disneyland. They had already purchased the tickets, which goes to tell me that they didn't mean to kill Maddie. Premeditation came in when you look at Stephan Sterns' search records and purchases. Okay. Jen said, "Worst birthday ever," suggesting those Disney plans were disrupted. All right. Different payments. He has declined payments, Discord, Disney passes, etc. But the key one that was successful was the Walmart payments for the Sevoflurane that he got days before Maddie's death. Right? He ordered Maddie's 13th birthday decorations on his Amazon account as well. Now, it could have been him. It could have been Jen. I'm going to assume that it was Stephan Sterns that bought her birthday celebration items. And again, it goes to show you he was not trying to take her life for his own purposes. He didn't want to lose Maddie, in my opinion. Now, legal questions. Can Jen sue Walmart for filling a prescription? Lawsuits against pharmacies typically require proof of negligence, filling a fraudulent prescription knowingly. All right, I guarantee you they didn't knowingly fill that prescription. Walmart has faced several lawsuits before, opioid dispensing cases, but suing over Sevoflurane would be difficult unless clear misconduct was proven by Walmart itself. All right, takeaways for you. Sevoflurane is controlled, not available to public, only for licensed professionals, but it's not controlled in the way that it would be if it were opioids or something else like that, which I stated earlier. Misuse of outside medical settings is extremely dangerous, guys, and it's not feasible, is what they're saying. It cannot be vaped, and overdosing is lethal. All right, detection in the toxicology is limited. Standard drug tests don't show SIVO. Stephan Sterns' phone history, purchases, and timeline suggest premeditation, which likely contributed to his charges of premeditated murder. Lawsuits against pharmacies are possible, but require strong evidence of negligence. Sevoflurane is not considered a controlled substance under the U.S. law, but is a prescription-only anesthetic, which are two separate things. All right. Why sevoflurane isn't part of a standard toxicology? Well, standard postmortem toxicology screens typically cover alcohol, common drug use, opioids, benzos, stimulants, and cannabis, as well as prescription medications that were prescribed. A volatile anesthetic like sevoflurane or isoflurane and desoflurane are not part of the panels because they're rarely implicated in forensic cases outside of the medical settings. Specialized detection, sevoflurane's volatile has a compound. We talked about that earlier. All right. And it doesn't have a long shelf life because you have to store it away or the compounds will change. All right. Medical related death, forensic cases, suspicious circumstances, in rare cases that's suspected to kill someone, unless you're actually a doctor or someone that has access to that. Otherwise, you don't even think about it. All right. All right, now let's get into the rest of this stuff. I am going to gather my thoughts so that I can get to the text messages. And before I do that, I'm going to show you the timeline and the last half of these suppositions. Again, I tagged Plunder in this. Also, if you guys are subscribed to my Ghost account, you're subscribed to my Ghost account, guys, then I will post some of the documents that you guys want to see. Hey, girls. Hey, girl, shit nuggets. I'm late again, but hey. All right, guys, trigger warning, hyoid bone. We talked about that. All right. All right, guys, do me a favor. I'm going to be chatting with you while we're playing this. Okay. Hit that like button. Kathy, my girl, good to see you. Big hugs. I hope you recatch this on the stream. All right. He had gave her the med. That's why I bought it. Of course. That's what I absolutely believe as well. I absolutely am here to tell you, I believe he bought that and gave it to Maddie. He was experimenting with it. You can tell by his text messages. You can tell by, not text messages, you can tell by his searches that he didn't know what he was doing. Now, fun fact, which isn't so fun, you can fracture a hyoid bone if you vomit with excessive force. Okay. And again, if you're a doctor or whatever, then you can check for yourself. Now, listen, twin mommy, I'm going to be giving out memberships today. Don't worry. Indy says my neighbor's an anesthesiologist. He told me it's very dangerous if not used by a physician. I absolutely believe that Stephan Sterns and Jenn Soto used that. And yes, it's a rarity. Now, listen, I'm not trying to tell you guys Stephan Sterns didn't choke Maddie to death by not having rough sex with her. You guys are acting like I'm a different person that is covering this case. Some of you guys are acting like I'm not Jay from Guilty of Crime that has been covering this case since day one. I never take back anything I said. And yes, it's a possibility that he broke her hyoid bone by having rough sex or it can't called sex by abuse, graping and abuse. All right. I never am taking that off the table. What I'm saying by putting my detective hat on and using my brain, my own brain, not somebody else's, is that giving that with all the other drugs and her vomiting led up to one thing, Maddie's death. All right, let's keep going. This is going to give you a good idea because everybody that's here today probably watched this video and you guys messaged me. All right. But yeah, he knew it was absolutely. All right, let's go.
A lot of stuff was happening in February 2024. Madness, craziness. There's plenty of questions Police posed to Jennifer about Maddie's cycle. She admitted it was supposed to start that February, but didn't. And then remember Maddie's 13-year-old friend, it's all in the discovery, told Detective Jeffrey Payne with the Orange County Sheriff's Office that Maddie stopped taking her meds on Valentine's Day 2024 for some unknown reason. Did Stephan tell Maddie he had gotten this stuff, or what was going on?
Did he tell
Interestingly,
Jenn?
Stephan also did a lot of searches for condos around this time. February 16th, 2024. There's searches so many for condos in Summerport Village Parkway, Horizon, West Florida, Daniels Landing. He's even asking, Stephan was asking, is subletting legal in Florida? We know.
Which is interesting because if he was looking at that, that goes to show you the subletting and what Jenn was doing. They kind of knew that it might not be. And thank you guys. An inhaler would work just fine. You got to remember, Maddie had an inhaler. She had asthma. They claim she had asthma. A nebulizer you can use. Anything that you can huff, okay? It's not hard to huff something. You can even break it in. You can break it via intubation. So you have to be careful. It's a huffing device, all right? Never knew about vomiting and hyperbone, and neither did I because I didn't know that he had that stuff. If Maddie had an asthma, she probably had a nebulizer. You can distribute it through a nebulizer, right? So I hope you guys know that we're trying to ask the hard questions that weren't addressed in this video. Deb says, I have a nebulizer for my own asthma attacks. Ding, ding, ding. Right there, you can use it. What is up, Casey Case? Good to see you, my friend. Come on in, hit that like button, subscribe, get yourself a membership. I'm about to gift memberships right now.
Jennifer's condo was owned by her dad, Juan, and there was a lot of subletting going on. Was he questioning it for that reason? We do see Stephan sent a redacted person an email that same day, subject line forms, February 16th, 2024. It's saying, ask redacted if they have any standard forms available to serve as acknowledgement and consent on the part of each of the tenants regarding the rules and regulations and condo documents. So I was like, was he sending this to Jennifer? Why was he worried about condo rules? By now he was living with his parents in North.
I mean, it just gives you a little more insight on the connection that him and Jenn had. Did they share the Amazon account? Did they share a certain set of emails together? And would Jenn know about that? Did she help with that? Right? Guilty of crime, just gifted 5 memberships. That's me. Haters can hate. Yeah, I can't stop that. Just wonder how people think it's okay to attack innocent people, and it's not on my channel. All right. Yeah, my son has a neb for his asthma. You can put any type of liquid into it. Thank you. I'll leave that up there. And I just gifted 5 memberships. I hope that you received one if you needed it.
Was he trying to move back in with Jennifer or get their own condo, or what was happening? Anyway, a quick timeline again about that final fateful weekend. Maddie's 13th birthday, her actual birthday, was Thursday, February 22nd, 2024. Stephan got that Sevo stuff that next day, Friday, the 23rd. By Saturday, something was going terribly wrong. Maddie was very upset about something. She was crying. She spent that Saturday with her grandpa. I think they got McDonald's. Maybe they got, something, according to her grandma, Yolanda Zambrero. She was with her grandpa that Saturday. She didn't even want to go home. Stephan, that same Saturday, was freaking out so much that he asked his own dad, Chris Sterns, for anti-anxiety meds. What was happening that weekend? That same Saturday, though, it didn't stop Stephan.
And listen, we still don't know that. I asked Stephan, what the hell happened that day? What was wrong with you? Why did you fly around to ask your parents? He still didn't give me a straight answer for that. Okay. Now we know Maddie was not pregnant, so it wasn't that, but we don't know. Maybe he was excited, not nervous. Maybe he was excited and nervous. Listen, he got that days before he went to visit Jenn Soto, okay, if it came to him. So maybe he was excited and nervous about administering it to Maddie, all right? But someone is responsible, including Chomo Boy. Maddie's dad or family members can sue whoever said, right, and Jen's not going to do it. What's up, One Man Strats? Good to see you. All right, let's keep going. Got a long one today, guys.
From 11 o'clock late at night or whatever, from ordering $25 worth of photos and video package from this certain site I won't mention. He put a lot of money into that site. Now, that Sunday, Maddie's party was the next day, February 25th, at her grandmother's house. That date is significant. That's the last known date that Maddie was alive. That's the same Sunday that Stephan headed up to Maddie and Jenn's condo from his parents' house, in my mind, probably taking that dangerous Sevo with him. Was it ever recovered?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
You know, I was trying to go through the evidence photos, even the redacted ones, to see if I could find a bottle that kind of looked like it. We won't know if.
And listen, if it was never recovered, then I'm gonna tell you right now that freaking Jenn Soto does have more answers, and that when she was cleaning up the crime scene while Stephan was running around trying to dump Maddie's body, Jenn was dumping the rest of that out, getting rid of the bottles, cleaning up the vomit, helping continue to wash the clothes. That takes at least 2 people to dress a girl, get her out of a one that's limp and already dead. All right. So remember that. Jenn said they shared an account. And if that's the case, she had more access than we absolutely think. Thank you so much for the $4.99 super sticker, guys. We're going to be helping some folks out for Christmas this year. We'll talk about that at the end. All right. All right. Let's keep going. Let's keep going. I don't know what happened with that bottle.
If it was ever in Maddie's system. But Maddie's aunt did drop her off at her mother's house, the condo, later that Sunday evening around 8:30. Last time anyone knows that she was ever alive, Maddie was reported missing the next day, Monday, February 26th, 2024. And then by Friday, sadly, March 1st, 2024, Maddie was found. And ironically, that next Saturday, March 2nd, and that Sunday was the day that Stephan had those Walt Disney theme park reservation confirmations. You know, it shows he had booked it March 1st and March 2nd.
Again, so many things now that I'm digging through this paperwork that show me that this was not, in my opinion, premeditated. And nobody, I don't know who thinks Jenn is innocent. That's fine, but I don't. Okay, so all of these things, the purchases of the cat scratcher pole, the purchase of the Disney tickets, I absolutely believe he was experimenting for the first time with this to make it not hurt when he was assaulting Maddie. I saw searches where Stephan Sterns says, will alcohol help with the pain? So imagine a little girl having to do ANAL, butt stuff, and different sexual acts. It's gotta hurt. It's gotta be painful. The whole cleaning out of her system with the cleaning out her system, right? The Soto family all failed, but all that leads to pain, and not to have pain is to use an anesthetic. I think he was upping the game and he tried to do something, an experiment, and it went absolutely wrong. All right.
First, Jennifer's 36th birthday. In fact, remember in her interviews where she's like, what? Oh, tomorrow's my birthday? Was that the fabulous weekend they all had planned to be together? And why didn't Stephan bring more clothes? Maybe he just was the type to wear clothes over and over again if he planned to stay there the entire week. But I'm wondering, did Stephan use a vet's license, a veterinarian's license to get this drug? No. It's so powerful. It's supposed to only be administered to people who are...
And maybe he could have. Maybe he went to the vet and told them I need... But I really freaking doubt it. That vet needs to be sued if that's the case. But I don't even know why that assumption got brought up here. I guess maybe because vets can subscribe it, but a groomer is far from a vet, because if that's the case, I'm gonna go tell Mrs. Guilty, you're a groomer, you better get paid the same as a vet if you're gonna be prescribing this stuff. Not even close to the same, guys.
Literally trained in general anesthesia, using all this specific method, not for at-home use. And resuscitation tools must be immediately available during its use. It has to be stored, specific way. It's not for human home use unless you are a licensed veterinarian. So I'm thinking, why was he able to buy it? Did Stephan somehow steal
he got it
some
online.
vet's credentials to order the stuff from Walmart.com? If not,
you don't have to do that. And if you want, I can go on to GoodRx or QuickMeds.com and show you. It's absolutely out of control and ridiculous what you can get. That's why you need to protect your children and not hand them over to the devil, Jenn Soto.
I think Maddie's loved ones could have a lawsuit on their hands if it contributed literally to Maddie's demise. We know it's all Stephan's fault, of course. And I know his mom isn't a licensed veterinarian that I know of, but I'm wondering, no one probably knew Stephan was ordering this stuff. No one likely knew he had it in his possession.
But do you see how she just brought that up? Like, there's no reason. We know on Plunder's channel, and thank you, Plunder, for bringing this. But as a good Christian, I ask you not to keep putting the parents in harm's way. If you're gonna make suppositions, at least make a supposition and redact the information to them. I mean, it's just not. She knows it because Deb has said, stop attacking me, stop doxing me. But these are real people involved. Real people. This is not, this is just, it boggles my mind.
And we won't know if Maddie had it in her system because tox reports, we can't get them. Officially, the cause of death was strangulation, manner of death, homicide, according to the medical examiner. But we can't see the full autopsy or tox report details. They haven't been publicly released. They are confidential under Florida law for a minor's death related to violence. And that's what I was told too back on April 4th, 2024, when I requested them. Now, for the rest of the document sections, there's a Form 1 showing all the stuff that Stephan might type into, different forms, passwords. One entry shows he entered an annual income of $35,000 on July 1st, 2023. Did he really make that much? And he wrote again on January 17th, 2024, I wanted a realistic torso doll with realistic tunnels, crazy stuff. Curious query saved. Women's names. There's all these installed apps you would expect, like Google, YouTube, phone apps. Purchase date. There's network connections. Very interesting network connection on February 28th, 2024. I guess around midnight or earlier. It says native Wi-Fi, but the road position is redacted. I was like, oh no, I want to see where he was. There's all these search items, more than 3,000 search items. The most recent was February 24th for this tome of cold weather flying, how to fix audio, FaceTime cutting out on February 20th. February 15th, Chrome, suggestion, Adderall, make you emotional. Same day, lots of bipolar.
And guys, there's a whole bunch more things in that document. It's 600 pages. All right. So I do want you to know that I believe he was absolutely Googling and searching for and researching this particular medication, and he messed it up. All right. And yeah, she's absolutely great about getting this, not mainly just for me. It's all good. It's all good, guys. All right, let's keep going.
Polar mania questionnaire type checks. Does Lowe's drug test on February 28th? How long is this psilocybin detectable on February 4th? Those are shrooms, and it could make people kind of go crazy. Anxiety, paranoia, did all this stuff factor into why Stephan acted the way he did? Disney jobs he was searching for. He was searching for his little solo lotion. Can you own a gun after being Baker acted? Was he Baker acted ever, like a 72-hour hold? He's looking for hollow plugs, well-known books of the occult, Mr. Christianity now. Love of one's fate, Amor Fati, very interesting search. 4K spy camera, January 11th. Does alcohol help pain relief? He searched for in December 2023. Disney benefits, December 20th, 2023. Was he losing his job, wanting his benefits?
All right. So again, I know a lot of you guys watch this first, and if you ever get a chance to look through the documents, you'll see what she's saying, and there's so much more. The only problem with that document, folks, is that it has everybody and their moms information, address, phone numbers, people that should never have been involved. There's a Mr. Frank. I don't know if you guys remember Frank Peralta. They completely just put the information out there like, be watching, know what Paula posts about. I watch Paula. Who are we talking about here? But you can't help Paula. Plunder is huge, guys. She's everywhere.
I miss you gift. Funny, December 12th. Is that when he left the condo and he was sending that stuff to Maddie? Certain locations are redacted. There's a bunch of user accounts. I saw this Echo Home Villages where he worked with Jenn. It was created, the account, Valentine's Day 2018. Maybe that's when he met her. User dictionary stuff.
All right, we're going to stop with this one. I just wanted you to know what we're talking about, all right, and relate it to. That's where we came from. Linda, good to see you, my friend. I hope everyone's doing well today. All right, we're done. Thank you, Plunder, for providing the documents and dropping that actual the paperwork so we can see. I'm going to skim through that, and then I'm going to go over the text messages, guys. Stephan did give a response to the Sevoflurane, okay? All right, let's keep going. Okay, so here I'm gonna do my best not to. I tried to skip past all of the doxing that the first half of this, it's nothing but names and numbers. So I just kind of want to show you some stuff here. Thank you, Synth. This is a 600-page document, my friends, and you can see here some highlights. 2/26. Okay, this was when Maddie went missing. Look at this, might be an indication also when Maddie died. Okay, we remember seeing him wipe the account that we can't get to. What was the account, ladies, girls? What was the account that we couldn't see at 11? Gray Hughes found it at 11:11 or 12:11. Stephan Sterns wiped one of his social media accounts, one of the ones that's encrypted and you can't see. He wiped that out, and then he did a wipe at noon on that Monday, 2/26, 2024, or 2024 at 12:48 p.m. Before that, we got some wipes and things. I just don't want to go too far back, guys, because I don't want to show information. At the time he wiped that and his social up is when I think that Maddie took her last breath. Okay. All right, let's keep going. And again, I can't pay attention to y'all and read, but do me a favor, hit that like button, subscribe, get yourself a membership. It's free to hit the like button, guys. Good to see you, Sandwich. All right. It wasn't Twitch. There was another one that's Synth. There was another one. He did reset Twitch, but Gray Hughes found another one and he brought it to, Synth. You'll remember, and I'll remember in a bit once I keep going. It was Twitch too, but it was a different one. It was one Discord. No, it wasn't Discord. It's another one, but I'm sure he wiped all of that as well. All right, let's keep going. And I'm not watching chat while I'm reading, guys. So I hope that just because people are saying something in chat doesn't mean I get behind what they're saying. My opinion is mine. Yours is yours. Theirs is theirs. All right, so he wiped it on 2/26. You see, that's the first one of the wiping when Maddie went missing. All right, then here it says not his first time. And this is 1/29, 2024. I guess this is another wipe local by user. All right, he wiped it here and he wiped it here on 1/29. And then we got another one here wiped 9/15, 2023. I can't read what that says. It's the time, but you guys can see he didn't accidentally wipe anything, in my opinion. All right. I don't want to show too much here again. Sustanet, Google searches. I'm just skimming through this. All right. Sustanet, incoming, a lot of crazy stuff in here. And I don't want to put something bad. Hey, backers, my name's Tyler Rem. You got a lot of junk messages too. All right, here's this, another 2/27, 2024. Did he work at Walmart? I don't know why. No, he didn't, but I don't know what that means. Truncated. Can a coach tell you no to transferring something? I don't know. All right, Walmart employees. Can a coach tell you no to transferring departments? I don't know why they have that. He didn't work at Walmart. Does anyone know why? He never worked at Walmart. Why is he looking that up? Now, you can't accidentally wipe your phone, but why is he looking that particular thing up? Does anyone have any idea? I don't know. We can speculate here. So I want to switch to electronics and I work in home lines. The coach for electronics said yes, but my coach for home lines says no. I'm going to ask why she said no, but is there a rule stating that and then he clicks on click Reddit mail. I don't know why that's in his email, guys. 2/27, 2024, something about Walmart and switching departments. I have no idea. All right. And again, something got struck out, flashlight, streaming. He's got a lot of emails, and that's what this is. 10 days or less left. Thank you for using premium Banda and crossed out. Let's see. And you could, Synth, if you're in chat too, feel free to tell people what you were looking at. Okay. Or what you did. Chat with them because I can't become a member at Disney Vacation Club. He wanted to do that as well, but he's got a lot of those. All right, email header 227, and then we're gonna go here. Thanks for the payment. All right, listen, that Sevoflurane was very important to him, my friends. Look at that. He made payments for this. He broke it down into 4708. So he made $49.07. He broke it down to get that Sevoflurane. So what I'm going to tell you guys, what I'm going to speculate is that Stephan Sterns received the Sevoflurane, guys, on the day that we saw it be delivered, and he was very anxious and excited about being able to try to use the Sevoflurane and experiment it on Maddie, and it went terribly wrong. Okay, now, and I say that by looking at the fact that he made this shit in payments. There was other stuff at the Disney shop that he couldn't buy and things that were declined, but not the Sevoflurane, my friends. Campfires, remodeling, and then here delivered Amazon. All right, this is the Amazon stuff. Hey, Stephan, your package has been delivered. How did it go? Again, you remember that it went to Susan at email, and Jen said they shared accounts on Amazon. So what did she know and what didn't she know? What arrived that Tuesday after Maddie's life was gone? Maybe her more birthday party stuff. We don't know. All right. National Park Pokemon Day. I mean, it's all telling, right? I'm going to do this. And then another one. He bought a Tamagotchi for $49 exclusive. Congratulations. You received an offer for a Tamagotchi, right? We're looking at that. That was on 2/27/2024. That's interesting. That's an interesting time there. Dragon's Head remastered. Truncated. He's got a lot of stuff in here, guys. All right, here it is, guys. My subject, sexy red. F my baby daddy, sexy red. Body. What is this? Oh, this is on TikTok. Is this the one that you guys were talking about? Is the TikTok the TikTok for kids? Subject, sexy red. TikTok videos picked just for you. Body file, Sustanet. I'm not sure why you put that subject line, Synth. Let me know if you do know. Okay. I know there was some pretty bad stuff in there, though. All right. Let's keep going. I showed you the torso, the flesh torso. He bought that just a month before Maddie's life was ended. Tiff, that's it. I was looking at purchases. All right. Selling nudes. All right. And did I go over the other ones yet? Oh, I didn't. Oh, yeah, I did. I went over yours, Synth. I got the doll and the Sevoflurane. Okay. All right, let's keep going. There's a lot of pages, so I'm trying to scroll through. Security alert. There's a new sign-in. Guys, 22/27/2024, during Maddie's, her disappearing and her death, accessed his email that Tuesday morning at 2 a.m. New sign-in on his Galaxy, right? We noticed a new sign-in. Was he meandering over to his parents? Again, we're making suppositions here. All right. More Gmails, truncated 226. Again, Galaxy sign in. Okay. New access Galaxy sign in that Monday night at 10 p.m., guys. All right. Look at this one. Subject 2/26/2024, guys. This is right in the midst of Maddie's death and all the stuff from Reddit. Grossed out by sex, the body says. Advice for teens. This is for teens. This is Reddit advice for freaking teens. Grossed out by sex? It's not that I don't feel sexual attraction or don't want to. More of when I think about sex, I feel grossed out and I don't know why. That is literally the topic that he's got here in his email that's incoming to him. All right. So you guys can take what you gather from it. People know for videos, body, weekend sale, blah, 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 on and on. A lot of sales and things in his email, which we can do like 3 episodes with all of this. All right, this one, hot octopus, like an octopussy, final hours to score big in the bedroom. All right, don't miss the sale, yada, yada. We got that highlighted. Since going through this stuff. All right, we're going to keep going. Monthly statements, Amazon. There's so much in here. Can Darth Vader use the bathroom? That's weird. Take a look at the Canon diagram suit. Notice that it said cyborg implants, ventilator. I mean, just imagine you guys. This is wild that we're going through this stuff now, right? This is almost 2 years later. And then here, upcoming scheduled payment, another payment for Walmart, timestamp 2/20/25/2024. Your next upcoming payment, for the Sevoflurane from the Klarna app. He split it into payment so he could make sure to get it. Okay, and a lot of this is Amazon and etc. etc. We're not even close here to looking through much. Digimon, Pokemon. What page are we on here? We're on page 92 of 604, guys. So, let's see. Let's take a look here. Again, more Reddit stuff. Is 14 and 17 weird? All right. So this is teens, advice for teens. All right. I like him too, but my friends are still telling me the age gap is too big. I mean, he's obviously looking this stuff up for a reason, guys. I've always told you that I absolutely believe that Maddie at one point felt like her and Stephan were in a relationship, and so did Jenn and Stephan. I think Jenn pushed Maddie onto Stephan, and they all had this understanding, and that's why Jenn's biggest fear was the Woody Allen situation where they would run off together. I think that's where the coins came in. Wait a few minutes after it replied, his winner will freeze, and then the second time will. Oh my god, you guys. Okay, you guys are talking in chats. All right, so a lot of stuff on Reddit and teens, and we got sex toys and Sevoflurane purchases. But what I don't see in here is how he got a prescription. Did you see an RX in here? Let me look. Let me see if I can find an RX or something like that. Find text. Let's see. RX. 0 of 0, huh? No RX. Prescription? Prescription. Nope. Interesting. I can find Sevo, though. Sevo. Oh. All right, look at that. 1 of 14. So I'm just going to come on here so you can see that he was doing research for the Sevoflurane. Lots and lots of research in order to experiment. All right, we're looking at 214. I hope you guys can still see this. That whole page of searches on Sevoflurane. But what I'm not finding in here, guys, is... And yeah, you don't have to believe a word Stephan says or not. We just want to match up the evidence with what we see. All right. Bye, Felicia. The torso cost was $500, by the way. So we saw where the priorities lie. We saw the priorities with the Sevoflurane splitting up in cost and the actual sex doll. All right. So he was doing a bunch of searches here. You see that? All right. Sevo, 214 over and over and over, 5:04 p.m. in the afternoon. He's looking up pickled peppers, by the way. Resident Evil series. Let's keep going. There's a lot. All right. Positive blood type. Okay, look at this. See, this is what he's looking up, and this is where I want to lead you to. This was him experimenting with this Sevo and Maddie for the first time. I'm going to say that that's what made him pretty nervous. Look at that. Does Sevoflurane show up on a drug test? Look at that. 2/12/2024. He looked at this before, and then again, Sevoflurane show up on a drug test. Then he wants to know about the Sevoflurane dosing. Right here, guys, he's looking how to dose it, and he's looking what he can do with it. Literally. All right. Can Sevoflurane be bought online? On 2/11, he's asking, can it be bought online? We don't know what it says, but he did get a hold of it. All right. Look at this. Sevoflurane again on 2/11. And then how to oxidize silver. I don't know what Daniel Defense means. I'm not quite sure what that means. Daniel Defense. What is that? All right. Let's see. Dr. Tiffany Cross. I wonder, look at this. Tiffany Cross, guys, is a board certified family medicine physician with Orlando Health Physician Associates. Did he get the RX for Sevoflurane from Dr. Tiffany Cross? Look at that, guys. We just found something where he may have got the prescription. It may not have been online. Someone might have actually prescribed that to him, but because Jenn Soto cremated Maddie, all right, and they can't look, then what? Damn. Well, I wonder if the therapist, that may have been his therapist, but he got it from somebody and we can't find it online. Damn, if that would have came out earlier about the Sevoflurane guys, that should have went back to Jenn for cremator. I'm telling you, she was covering it up, in my opinion. Did he get that there? Look at that. He's looking for a pharmacy days before this. Listen, this is huge. Days before Stephan tried to get his prescription online, he went to a family pharmacy near me. He Googled it. Family pharmacy near me. You can see it goes in the order of looking to get a prescription in person, and then maybe that failed him and he went online. That's wild. Damn. There's so much here, guys. Okay. Does Lowe's drug test? I think he was trying to get a job. And we don't know if he used that on himself as well. We don't know if he used the Sevoflurane to we'll just call it Sevo. If he used that to help him with his anxiety, all right? How long is psilocybin detectable? That's mushrooms on 2-4. He checked. Maybe he did some. Maybe he was going to give Maddie some. Maybe they did give Maddie some, right? 50 milliliters. Again, 100 milliliters to ounces. I think he's trying to figure out what the dosage is that you can use. He's looking up red wines. He's looking up that big bottle of lube that they found in the room with with Maddie and his 9 millimeter. Is this the doll's material? The lotion safe? Yeah, right. And that's a good question, Synth, because the material, most of the time, those lotions will be compatible with the material that they use for sex toys and dolls. All right. Carmen Electra. Hey, at least that's not a child there. Anyone know who Carmen Electra is? There are legit reasons someone would get Sevo RX filled. Right. Thank you. Thank you for saying that. All right. I appreciate that. So I guess he was really trying to knock her out. Exactly. That is my absolute assumption, Marge. Abso-freaking-lutely, in my opinion, so that she didn't feel the pain, wasn't waking up from it, wasn't complaining. She's getting older, right? She's getting older and people were going to find out. Well, Carmen Electra, I got to give props. Carmen Electra is really pretty. But he was paying for OnlyFans with Carmen Electra. Look at that. He was in her OnlyFans pics. And then polyurethane condoms. Was he using condoms with Maddie? He wasn't having sex with Jenn for the last 2 years, so it looks like he was using condoms. Maybe he was, look at that, Trojan Bear condoms. That says a lot. Was he using those Trojans to be compatible with the sex doll that was $500? And yes, Carmen Electra is very beautiful. All right, no breeder needs that. Exactly. Thank you, Lolo. Amen. Preach that shit. No breeder needs that. No groomer needs that. Only veterinary clinics use that, and they don't even use it often. It's not something they prefer. Yeah, Carmen Electra is close to 50, but that is interesting. He was looking that up, right? I think she was on MTV. She used to be a hottie. I don't know what she looks like now, but to Google in the system means was already thinking he would caught for the exactly. And guess what? You guys have to stay here because you know what else? His response to his mother, Deb, which was so kind to be transparent with me and all of us. I got to tell you, Jenn and Stephan both crossed the line. His answer says everything here. I'm going to wait till the last of this to tell you what Stephan Sterns, how Stephan responded to the Sevoflurane being found out that he had. Okay. All right. And I've had a couple people in the last few days totally off topic, guys, saying that my face looks thinner or that I lost weight or something. It's probably just the camera, y'all. It's probably just the camera. I've been eating with the best of them. All right. So for those of you that have said, Jay, your face looks skinnier, you lost weight, it's probably just the camera. Jamie, Casey, and I had lunch the other day, and I posted a picture on my community page. Go take a look at that. Jamie, Casey, are you in chat here? Jamie Casey, was ever confirmed that Maddie was pregnant? It was absolutely confirmed that Maddie was not pregnant. Maddie was not pregnant. Thank you, Sabrina. And I'm going to stick up for this because my wife is a groomer. No groomer and no breeder needs that stuff. Maddie was never pregnant this last time. Was she pregnant a year before that? 2 years? I don't know. Ask Jenn Soto. All right. It's used in surgery, and they don't even prefer to use that in surgery, what I tried to show you. All right. You saw that, Jen's a Gypsy? I met up with Jamie Casey, and we had lunch. And she was so kind to buy me lunch, by the way. She bought me some soup. Oh, my God, he could have dumped Sevo on a rag. That, too. You're absolutely right. There's many possibilities. Michelle says, well, as I mentioned today, I don't think you need to lose weight, but your face looks thinner in this video. I always think you look gorgeous. Well, thank you. Somebody said that the last episode, too. And I don't think so. But, hey, I'll take it. Yes, you do. You look more baby face. Cute as could be. Cute as a button. Boop. Oh, boop. Jay's not janky. All right. You guys, if you have somebody sitting next to you, go boop to their face and tell them how much you love them. All right, let's keep going. I always got jokes, guys. Always got jokes. All right, listen. Condoms, Trojan bear, etc., etc. And then in between that, how to cook a steak. I'm looking for condoms and how to cook a steak. Very interesting. All right, let's keep going. Here, let's look at this. Sorry, it's going too fast. 3-day waiting period for a GUN on 2/1/2024. Stephan's trying to find out how to get a firearm, or not how to. If you get a firearm, how long do you have to wait? Can you own a GUN if you're Baker acted in California? Was he ever Baker acted? Oh, no. I got the answer to this, guys. Can you own a gun after being Baker acted? I got to tell you. Now, if you can answer me, Deb, was Stephan ever Baker acted? Was she ever Baker acted? And if not, I think Jenn Soto has been Baker acted, which leads me to believe that he may have wanted Jenn Soto to be able to obtain the gun. Jamie Casey, since you're here, tell chat that you ate lunch with me and you assure them that I'm not skinny. 444 people in chat, please say a prayer that the justice that Madeline Soto deserves happens, okay? Please say a prayer. My God, Jay, when you said my wife is a groomer, I immediately thought the bad kind of groomer, my face expression. Now my wife is a amazing dog groomer, all right? A beautiful, amazing dog groomer. Okay, so if Stephan was never Baker acted, then this only makes sense that there's a possibility that either Stephan did this search with Jenn Soto or for Jenn Soto, because we know that Jenn Soto has not, we don't know for a fact that she's been Baker acted by someone else, but we know that Jenn Soto has gone to the crazy loony bin and has put herself into that for 72 hours. So maybe the Baker Act, what he's saying, or maybe Jenn Soto was Baker acted because we know that she checked herself into mental hospitals. All right. So that also has to do with Jenn, in my opinion. All right, here we go. Where'd it go? There's so many. Okay. Hollow butt plug. Okay. Boop. Yeah, it's a 72-hour cycle, and Jenn Soto absolutely has had that. Yes, Jenn Soto's diabolical. All right. Jenn has been in the loony bin many times, and that explains the can you get a GUN if you're Baker acted. That is going to explain that for me. All right. And you're right. He was an absolutely disgusting groomer, and I believe Jenn Soto had to do with that as well. All right. I don't know why anyone wants a hollow butt plug, but then again, I'm not into butt stuff, so I don't know. All right, let's keep going. I just want to answer some of those burning questions that y'all had. All right, guys, if this doesn't tell you a lot about what Jenn Soto told us about Stephan liking the butt stuff, well, first we're talking about books of the occult, and then we get down to PS5, and just nothing that's outstanding. Yuri meaning to sundry meaning, but I did see something about TPE versus styrofoam. Can TPE touch styrofoam? Can TPE touch styrofoam? I don't know why he would put that, but I did see something about butt. Did I see another butt plug? Chica Chica Bow Wow is looking up. Kiri Guapa pronunciation. Guapa Pro. Beautiful in Spanish. Beautiful. Taintily Candace bra measurement. Oh, Tantally Candace bra. Why is he looking for a bra? Is that him? Or is that Jenn Soto? So I ask you, was Jenn Soto sharing an account with him? Ava says, you crack me up. Well, guys, if you want to help me boop my way to the top, please help the channel with the super chat, super sticker, Cash App, Venmo, PayPal, all of the above. All right. We appreciate that. Let me drop that down there. Also, go subscribe to our free ghost account. I assure you won't be sorry. Okay, there we go. Thank you, Foxy. I did not have time to look up 600 pages. TPE was the material and is the material of that sex doll. The bra. Oh, see, we wouldn't get these questions answered if Deb wasn't here. She says that bra was for the sex doll. And what I'm wondering is, was that bra on that doll when you threw it away? Jamie Casey, in our selfie, I look like I have 5 chins. No, you don't. But you saw me in person. You can tell chat if I'm that skinny or not. You tell them. All right. Boop. Right now, much of this did Jenn Soto do. Then SS followed them. All right, listen. Bra. Oh my God. All right. Oh, really? Candace is the name of the doll? Yes, a bra for a torso. People do that kind of shit. Thank you, Clar. No, it was nude, but that was the name of the doll. I found the receipt. Okay. So the name of the doll was Candace, you guys. Damn, dude. And you see how transparent that Deb and Chris have both been? There's no way any people would be this transparent with personal emails and messages if they had some shit to hide. No way, no how, to the death of me will I ever believe that these two people did anything or knew anything, and Jenn Soto is just as responsible. Listen, we all got little meat on us no matter what size. We're all beautiful. Well, I'm not fat or anything, but I'm not skinny. All right. She's just as I agree. All right, let's keep going. All right, y'all. I appreciate you. Keep going. It's free to hit that like button. And if you don't like me, hit the unlike button down. All right, now we know his doll's name was Candace, and he bought it a Victoria's Secret doll. You guys need to like, share, and subscribe and hype the shit out of this video and share it with your friends, because people need to know this stuff, and we need to put this back on Jenn Soto for cremating Madeline Soto because she knew what was happening and she didn't want them to find all of the DRUG. I've been saying that for almost 2 years. And look there it is, guys. There's the Sig Sauer he was looking for. Sig Sauer is the GUN that he had. Ruger, I think he had a Sig Sauer, unless it was a Smith & Wesson, but he was looking it up. Jay, I'm not meaning to be nasty, but did he use butt plugs? And you should know the I got you now, James. I got you. It just cut me off. You guys, hype button. I'll let the mods explain that. All right, let's keep going. I'm not fat. I'm fluffy. Boop. All right, let's keep going. Candace is sexy bra. Shake my head, right? All right, let's keep going. He's looking up revolvers. Oh, look at that. He wants to clone his Willy. He looked up Clone a Willy, which is you can get a mold of your Pinky Winky, right? The cactus peen. You can get a clone of the cactus peen right now, folks, for $99.95. You can have your very own cactus peen, right? Plus shipping. And if you have a coupon for $99.95, you get 10% off of a Willy. Anyone? Nope. Okay, let's keep going. Gotta make it funny, guys. All right, let's keep going. For $29.95, you can have your own cactus peen today. Free with shipping, and it comes in its own packaging that's unmarked. Get your clone Willie today, folks. All right. All right. Airsoft, slab blaster, Sig Sauer, armor, alien code. All right. What else? I think I missed a couple things. Sex emoji, 12:36 a.m. on the 13th. Personality. Listen, guys, he was trying to get a spy camera, 4K spy camera. Remember, he was filming the roommate under the door. That makes a lot of sense, folks. He might have been filming other stuff. We don't know if he wiped it. All right, Dungeon and Dragon memes. Where the hell am I on this? Oh, good. We almost made it through the document, folks. God bless America. All right, guys, listen. If you guys like what I do here on this channel, hit that like and hype my video. We're almost to the end, and then I'm going to give you the response that Stephan gave to the Sevoflurane. All right. He really meandered around that web. He did. All right, let's keep going. Oh my goodness. Goodness gracious. Great balls of freaking fire. All right. Boop. By the way, if y'all forgot to smile today, just boop someone next to you and you'll get a good smile out of them. All right, let's keep going. I don't want to miss anything significant, but I wanted to go over all this. Tamagotchi, torrent. What is torrent site? What is a torrent? Torrent. Do we know what torrent site is? Well, we talked about that at the very beginning, Brenda. All right. Well, might have to go back or, ask the chat. It's an inhalation thing. You have to inhale it. You can do it through, if you have asthma, or you could even probably throw it on a rag and make someone inhale it. Although I can't imagine it'd be quite as, All right. I gotta say, we don't like caps in chat, but when we've got our own mod putting caps in chat, it's really hard to stop that. And the sandwich in chat never does not do caps. So try not to do caps. Don't do what our own mods do. Synth. Boop. All right, let's keep going. All right, so Tamagotchi, most explicit anime. That's weird. I know a lot of people that like nude anime. It's really weird. I don't know how you could watch cartoon porn, but hey, whatever. More power to you. Ninja Death, Ninja Scroll Tattoo, Wicked City, blah, 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 blah. Boop. All right, I'm still looking. I'm meandering my way. We're almost done with this, and I'll get to the response. All right, is there anything past this? We're at 521 synth. Is there anything? Hold on. What did I just see? All right. Men's amethyst ring. I wonder what that was for. Pocket watch. There's a lot of things that, could be a side eye. What is this? 90s comic books, and they're all sex related. Interesting. It's interesting that Arrow comics. So this is all like erotic girl comics and erotic kind of anime. All right, this is what I wanted to show you. Does alcohol help to ease the pain? What pain is he referring to? Is he referring to Maddie's pain? Does alcohol help pain relief? All right, guys, we're shambling around. Jay, go back up to the ring. I did, my friend. I did. All right. We have 440 people in here and only 261 likes. Damn, I'm getting you guys don't like my content. It's okay. Hit the like button or you can dislike it. It's equally the same. Why would you ask if alcohol relieves the pain? That's back in January 26th. That's right around Christmas time, guys. I wonder if these searches correlate with the images that they found on his phone. I wonder if he was looking that up while assaulting Maddie. This happened at 1:56 in the freaking morning. This is almost 2 a.m. in the morning to find out if alcohol helps pain relief. I'll leave that for your minds to wonder too. All right, I saw something that said I miss you. What was that? Oh, I can't go through those. Those have people's freaking names on them. Damn, I can't keep going. I can't. There's too many names. Damn. All right. Boop boop boop. Nope. Is this okay? It's extractions. Bunch of zip file extractions. That's it. That's we're gonna do that. I'm gonna pull that down because they're way too many. Right? We still want to hashtag arrest Jenn Soto. And now I'm going to get to Stephan's response. I will read this backwards so that you guys can oh, interesting, yeah. And a lot of people probably do that, Equine. Is this Hot Mess Equine that used to be here? I'm sure he was showing Maddie the cartoon content to make it more acceptable. I think a lot of people do that. I'm good for now, Synth. If I find anything that's mind-blowing, I will go back around to it. Shocking that the man was into anime. A lot of people are, but it's not shocking. Little Red lurking. Thank you. All right. And it's hard to ask people not to do caps, my mods, when our mods are doing caps. So if you want us not to do caps, please talk to the other mods. You know who you are. All right. All right, let's keep going. All right, guys, here it is. We're getting to it. Stephan's answer. All right. It says everything. And I think people that make cartoon PORN are desensitizing children and making it okay. Okay. All right. No, I get it. I see you, Synth. I see you. And I'm not the one that has problem with caps lock. But you don't need to do caps because I see you. I promise. All right. All right. What's up, my friend? Good to see you. It's been forever. All right. Let's keep going. Here's the answer, and then I'll read it backwards. Okay. Listen. It says December 4th. It could have been yesterday or the day before. It could be December 3rd or 4th. Deb has been always so kind to share her content with us. It's not content. Her messages are not content. This is her real life here. Okay. Clementine, thank you, Jay and Mods. You're an exceptional group of ladies. Boop. You're welcome. All right. Did I miss anything? I did. Thank you so much, Lola, my bluebird, for the $5 super sticker. Choo choo. Does anyone want to match her? If y'all can either gift a membership, get a membership, or match her, that would be great. Holidays are coming, and y'all know how that goes. Choo choo. All right. It's me that has a problem because I perceive it as yelling. Okay. Well, you could talk to the mods. I already know Sandwich only uses caps because of her eyes and she can't see. Yeah, Sandwich always does that, but it's because she can't see. All right. I've been in recovery for over 2 years. Woo. All right. Here's Stephan Sterns' response. Today is 12/5/2025. This was on 12/4/2025. This was either from yesterday or the night prior in the early morning. Messages with Deb. Today's the 5th. Yesterday's the 4th from Stephan Sterns. Hi, Mom. Did send you messages on Wednesday the 26th and Thanksgiving Thursday the 27th. Hold on, let me make sure I got it up there. All right. Would you please stop suggesting I don't want to talk to you anymore just because you haven't heard from me? If you don't hear from me, there's a reason. Either my messages are going slow or whatever, but it's not because I don't want to be in contact anymore. So please stop that. I haven't been in contact with Chase in over a decade, and I never said he stole a prescription pad. Those are big conclusions to be jumping to. I don't see how Jenn can sue Walmart for something she has zero proof of. And the ME guys, listen, this is the key part to this. This says everything. All right, my girl Tiff, it's not loud but demanding. Say please first. And Sandwich. I always excuse Sandwich. Okay. Here's the answer. This gives me everything I need to know, in my opinion. Right? This is his response. Jenn can't sue for something she doesn't have proof of. He didn't get a prescription pad. And the medical examiner, listen. Remember, Jenn Soto cremated Maddie. The medical examiner did such a piss poor job at substance screening that we will never have any proof of what, in caps, Jenn gave her. So good luck to that, Jenn. Good luck to Jenn on that. And he says, no, nothing like that was given to her. That wasn't for her. He's trying to say he didn't give her that. Jenn can't have cloned my phone. She never had the opportunity. Those contents could only have come from either law enforcement or the state attorney's office, leaked and a nice price, I'd bet. I don't see how it would be legal for Plunder to even have that stuff in the first place. But you guys really ought to pursue legal action against that shit stain. All right? None of that's ever going to happen, number one. Number two, this says everything. All right? First of all, they talk about zero proof. Whenever someone says they don't have proof, it indicates they did something. Secondly, he knows that the medical examiner did a piss poor job of that because, number one, there's 444 people. I'm going to say a prayer that Maddie gets the justice she deserved and Jenn gets arrested. Jenn Soto cremated Maddie. Number two, Stephan Sterns has had access as soon as it was available to the cause of death, the autopsy report, and the toxicology. And he's read it over carefully, and he knows that they did not screen for the Sevoflurane. Now, this is coming out almost 2 years later that this happened, okay? It says it all when he tells you there's no proof and that they didn't check for substance screening. I don't think the medical examiner did a piss poor job. I think they did the job they thought they needed to do, and Jenn Soto had her cremated. Therefore, Stephan Sterns probably never thought that this was going to come out, that he had purchased Sevo and received it only days before Maddie's death. They would never do a toxicology of that. They would never screen that for that in a toxicology, as I explained in the beginning. A regular autopsy and toxicology report will not automatically include Sevoflurane testing. It has to be specifically requested or suspected, and then specialized forensic methods are used to detect it. Okay? They didn't know that. She inhaled it. They didn't find the bottle, obviously, or you think we would have heard about it before. Okay. Now, stability of the Sevo, because it's volatile, sample handling is critical. Improper storage can cause the loss of the compounds before using it. It also can interfere with ethanol peaks in gas chromatography, which means labs must be careful to distinguish. Look at this, guys. They have to be careful to distinguish alcohol from the Sevoflurane. So it's hard for them to tell the difference when they're not looking. He could have either him and Jenn could have given Maddie alcohol, or it could have been Sevo, and they don't know without looking directly. Okay? So it says they have to be validated for Sevo quantification in blood, urine, and tissues. And it's not easy. All right. It's not easy when somebody gets cremated. Jamie Brown, thank you so much for becoming a member. Love you. Appreciate you. Panda and Match, the super chat for Maego Moo Pet Pig. He watches your lives with me. What is up, Panda Ann? Good to see you, my friend. And thank you so much. All right. I don't know if that doesn't say a lot to you guys, but it says a lot. How could she still be free? Arrest Jenn Soto. All of this was happening and nothing. And now Stephan Sterns knows that we know. And well, of course, he's going to say Jenn Soto gave it to her, but we know Stephan Sterns obtained it. All right. Now, Charlotte, if they kept a tissue sample, they may, but it already disintegrates. Listen to me closely. Maddie probably ingested that night along with her Ativan, marijuana, and whatever else Jenn and Stephan gave her. Now, her body was dumped. You have to inhale sevoflurane. They did not find her for multiple days. She was already decomposing. By the time she was decomposing and they found the body and got her back, that stuff could have dissipated quite a bit. Yes, Lisa response with him being so defensive indicating he's being found out. I agree. Okay. Thank you, Darlene. That stuff is no longer in her blood. Amen for people that understand the English language and don't understand people around going around YouTube just spitting out words and making fun of people. Your body releases its gases. Mama Sage, good to see you, my friend. I'm not done yet. If you guys want to stay here, I have more text messages from Stephan Sterns as usual. All right. We've got ones from December 4th still, all the way back until Thanksgiving. So if you guys want to stay here and listen to me read those, stay here, please. Nah, it was only 4 days. It was 4 days. One day it can go away. I got to tell you that. Grace Kirk, thank you so much. Well, that's what we're asking now, Lemon Lime. If you watch my content, you realize that Jenn Soto and Stephan Sterns had a pact with each other. Jenn Soto gave Maddie to Stephan Sterns for monetary gain. All right. They had a pact and she lawyered up. And guys, you're never going to convince me, even if you say was Jenn involved, why didn't Stephan say anything? You're never, ever, ever, ever going to convince me that Jenn Soto did not know that Maddie was being raped for all those years. She tells us herself that she sent Maddie to bed with him, and her biggest fear was the Woody Allen situation. All right. There's a lot of things that Jenn Soto says. The sex stuff wasn't evil. That is guilt in itself. All right. I've been live for 1 hour and 46 minutes. Welcome, Robin. Deborah says I'm here. All right, let's go. I got more to do. I got more reading to do. All right. They had a GoFundMe, but that GoFundMe was supposed to be for Maddie's funeral, and they took it and did whatever they wanted. All right. And she watched Maddie like a hawk. If she watched Maddie like a hawk, do you think she would know that Sevoflurane was being used on her? I'm never going to convince. And even if Stephan is lying and his lips are moving, doesn't matter. Jenn Soto implicated herself, and law enforcement is looking into it now. When we hear that the case is closed, then guess what? Then I'll tell you guys the case is closed. All right. Next set of text message. He did plead guilty. He absolutely did. He pled guilty to the CSAM. He didn't plead guilty to taking her life. Okay. All right. I'll put that up there and you guys can answer it while I'm reading because I can't do both. All right. Listen, December 4th. It says from Stephan Sterns. Hey, sorry to hear you haven't been feeling well. I haven't either. So maybe it's just the season for it. The weather has been crazy. So these text messages are from Stephan Sterns to guilty of crime. All right. And we redacted names for a reason. It's a lot of just nonsense talk, but when other creators pay for text messages and they come out a year later, we didn't pay for this stuff. These are actually the messages that Stephan Sterns sent to us and to Jenn Soto. So this is real time stuff. All right. I know that I'm reading backwards. That's why I'm reading backwards the timeline. I get it. I know what I'm doing. Yeah, I'm reading. I can start from the beginning, but I'm going backwards on the timelines. Okay, that's fine. I'll start from the top if you don't like it. All right. September 25th to Stephan. Hey, so this is random. Just popped into my head. That morning, did Jenn help you get her dressed? If she threw up, she had to get it all over you, plus wash the bedding. I was just curious. I believe one of the pics show she threw up next to the nightstand. So we are asking these questions to Stephan Sterns. Did Jenn Soto help get Maddie dressed and do all the things with Maddie's body after she was dead. All right. All right, let's keep going. Thank you for your due. Jen gets arrested. Hope cross blah 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 blah. Okay, I got a lot of reading to do, so y'all, let's go. Okay, so we asked the hard questions. Did Jen help you get? Did Jen help dress Maddie? 2 days later, September 27, 2025, Stephan Sterns says, I was reading over interviews. And here's another one. To Stephan, I'm sorry. Hey, Stephan, I was reading over interviews from your case, and I remember a few questions I had. If you don't mind answering it, did Jen send Maddie to sleep with you in your room? Where did she throw up? In the makeshift room? Did you clean her up and dress her? Or did you mean to leave her one crock at home? Whose idea was it to leave her where you did? Jen said you guys were talking in the car. Okay. Whose idea was it to leave her where you did? Jen said you guys were talking in the car. Okay, what'd you get her for her birthday? A lot of questions. What did Jen get her? Why did Maddie take medicine every day for people that can use the bathroom, meaning the digestive stuff? Had any of the Sotos reached out to you? I hope you feel like you can speak and let me know or vent. All right. Stephan Sterns, 2 days later or a day later. Sorry for the lack of replies. I will be looking over the messages later tonight and will answer what I can. Blank, blank, blank. The system here is a bit weird. Sometimes messages come through the same day and sometimes they don't come through for a couple days. I will receive them back dated for a few days, so I will look over the last couple of messages and get back to you. Count time is coming up, so I got to run, but I wanted to acknowledge you and let you know. Talk to you soon. We asked Stephan the hard questions and he kind of answered. All right. And guys, I am reading chat, reading the screen, looking at my notes. Don't sass back. Jay, you're doing such a great job breaking it down. This awareness and this answers a lot of questions about Maddie's death. Thank you. Good to see you, Mab. I'm glad you're here. And I know sometimes I look confused about what I have. It's just I'm multitasking. So yeah, I'm not confused. I assure you. All right. 3 days later, from guilty of crime to Stephan. Hey, Stephan, I hope all's well. Since I haven't heard back from you, I figured I'd reach out. I heard that Jenn Soto's being looked at. That's awesome. It's about time. I guess you did not like my questions. I think you might got the wrong date here. Oh, no, wait. So that was September 30th. I'm sorry. First one was September 27th, and the response was the same day. Then 3 days later, and then 3 days before Halloween from Stephan. He called us the wrong name. He said, hey, Lisa. So we don't know who Lisa is, guys. I'm not reading the text message. He called us Lisa. So we may find a Lisa that he's talking to later on. I sent you my message on the morning of the 21st in the response. Did you not receive it? I think the message system is being weird. Anyway, how have you been? I'm sorry we haven't been able to connect lately. I'm currently still in the M1 dorm. They're talking about moving me down to the next step dorm. I don't really want to leave this dorm, but some of my friends have already moved down to the next one. He thinks he has friends there, guys. So when I get there, I will at least already have people that I know. I will keep the messages short and send now. Hopefully it'll get faster. Right back soon. Next day, hey, who's Lisa? I'm not Lisa. October 29th, 2 days before Halloween. Stephan says, sorry, and it wasn't to Lisa. I was clicking on a message that was right next to yours, and it must have been sloppy with the click. That message was indeed meant for someone else. Lisa. Who's Lisa? Yes, I've been a while since we last spoke, and now I do recall I was supposed to have messaged you a while back and never did. I'm sorry I got sidetracked mentally, and honestly, I just forgot I hadn't messaged you. How are things progressing? They're basically static, not much changes, at the very least. I do have people to talk to, yard time, TV, and halfway decent library and law libraries as well that I can access to. If you still have questions, I can try, but be aware that this case is still ongoing and there's only so much I can say. All right. November 3rd, back to Stephan. I am so not going to read all this little junk. You can see it here. It's okay. I will throw 2 questions instead of all of them. Did you or Jenn clean her up and dress her? Did she come up with the story? Has it gotten cold there? Very random. We just trying to get some info. And he says on November 3rd, yes. Yeah, I'm sorry for that. It's genuinely not intentional. I'll read a message and usually right before chow or count time. So I'll tell myself, I tell myself I'll message when I get another chance, and then my ADD kicks in. Something comes up and someone wants to talk or something. My brain chases the squirrel and poof, message forgotten. I was the type who prefers texting, but it's terrible about texting back promptly. I do apologize. It's always been an issue. LOL. If you still have questions, I'll try to respond. But please understand this case is still ongoing. I still may need to be somewhat careful what I say. Talk to you soon. Today is December 5th. That was December 5th, 2025. That was November 3rd, 2025. And then it says, hey, I guess you couldn't answer those. It's okay. Then another one from Stephan. Oh my God, I wish someone could read for me. All right. I want to read all this. November 15th, 2025 from Stephan Sterns. How much more do we have? Does anyone want to call in and read the rest of this? I need a break. All right, November 15th, Stephan wrote, hey, okay, those 2 questions were not the ones I really could answer currently. Only because of the ongoing nature of the case, there are some things I can answer, but not those. It's definitely getting cold here, been farther north. All right. He's not answering if Jenn helped get dressed and about dumping the body. He does talk about Central Florida wearing a jacket. Family ordered him winter jackets. Blah, blah, blah. Not completely to stay warm. He talks about the L dorm. We'll put these up. We'll put these up in Ghost. This is Stephan messaging us guilty of crime. All right. It's okay. I got it. We're almost done. What I'll do is I'll post these on ghost.org and you guys can see them for yourself. I'm going to skim over the last part of it. All right. Just skim it because it's just a bunch of nonsense about playing dominoes and goldfish, like a goldfish dropping in a tank. He's trying to acclimate. His concerns are keeping food stocked in his this is Stephan writing to us, okay? If you just rolled in, and he was writing November 15th, 2025. All right, that was last month. All right, so he's talking about prison life, etc., etc. He totally didn't answer the questions about Jenn Soto, and he goes on to say they're still looking at the case and it's not closed. All right. I have people that like me and are looking out for me. He's saying he has friends. He never mistakes and generally keep from messing up badly enough to get his ass kicked. Even in his unit, it's still prison. You have to learn to step carefully and mind your own business and your manners and learn how to step around certain people to avoid friction. It's another world in here, much different from the world out there. Simpler in many ways, but also more dangerous in many ways. I will send this off now. Sorry for the late reply. All right. Now, a day before Thanksgiving, 2 Stephan Sterns guilty of crime. Hey, it's been a while. I understand you can't answer. I figured as much. If you are happy, it is active again. I am sure you are happy that the case is active again. Will that impact you in any way? The weather here is crazy, one day at a time, hot, cold, been feeling too well either. All right. December 4th. This was yesterday. And this was from Stephan Sterns about, hey, I'm not feeling well. I haven't either. So maybe it's the season for it. Okay. This was yesterday. He wrote us back. So Stephan Sterns has been talking to us. And this is the last message that I'm going to read you. And it came yesterday. So now we're caught up to speed. All right, guys, do me a favor. Hit that like button, subscribe, get yourself a membership, super chat, super sticker, Venmo, PayPal, all that stuff. Go sign up for Ghost, please. And thank you. I just want to make sure I didn't miss any super chats or super stickers. Okay. Shit, some of us give it. Okay, yeah, Jenn for the pen. All right, I'm just taking a quick break because I've been reading for a while. All right. What's up, girl? Good to see you, my friend. Come on in, hit that like button, subscribe if you haven't, get a membership if you can. Boop. Listen, guys, this is one of the most epic episodes that I've done. All right. Especially in the Madeline Soto case. So, 5 more likes, and Foxy's going to give away a Foxy box. Trust me, you don't not want to win a Foxy box. So, if you guys can tell our friends here how many likes we have and how much we need, then we'll give away a Foxy box. All right? All right. Let's keep going. All right. So he's telling us, sorry you don't feel well, yada, yada. We're making small talk, right? He's going nuts about substance he purchased online and trying to, hold on. Okay. So this was yesterday, and we're talking about the Sevoflurane. Sorry to hear you haven't been feeling well. I haven't either. Maybe it's just cold weather. Being so much colder in Georgia, I forgot the winter could feel like. I don't know how the case being active again can affect me. This is Stephan. I've heard that now people are apparently going nuts about a substance, that's Sevoflurane, I purchased online and trying to attach any kind of nefarious theory to it that they can. All right. So he's telling us he didn't use it for Maddie, in other words. But what he's telling us is that he purchased it. And that's not a lie. He says, which is utterly stupid. Yes, I purchased the substance, Sevoflurane. No, it's no for its typical use. It's also used for an analgesic painkiller. And I thought it might have some recreational value, much like nitrous oxide would have with AKA whippets. So what he's saying is he wanted stronger whippets. But it turned out that it sucked for recreational use. Well, I assure you it sucked for recreational use. When you go on Google, you search how to use it, you search how much you can use, how much can be overdosed, and then the girl that you've been graping for years turns up dead. All right. And this is wild. That's what I'm trying to tell you. This is one of the most wild episodes that I've done all year long, or probably freaking ever, on the Madeline Soto case. And yes, talking to any convicted criminal gives me the heebie-jeebies. All right. Okay. Let's keep going. Did I miss anybody? I did. Midnight Lace gifted 1 guilty of crime membership. Thank you very much. Don't forget, guys, in order to win a Foxy box, you gotta be in the green. Okay? All right. I think he might have used it for anal as well, to numb and lots of mucous membranes. I agree. Last night, surviving the survivor, and now I'm here. Thank you. All right. Let's keep going. Same effect, much cheaper and safer. Okay. So he wanted whippets. He doesn't like them. He didn't like them. He said that it sucked for recreational use. That's it. It was never for anyone else. There's no indication that it ever was. Only wild speculation. And I would like to nip that right now. Apparently, either the law enforcement or the state attorney's office leaked the entire contents of my phone, and I guess everyone wants to pick through that or whatever. I heard also that Jenn is trying to use it as an excuse to milk some more money out of this situation. Strange, because if it was supposedly premeditated homicide by strangulation, then how would she have any claim to sue a major company for having some sort of role because of the purchase I made? Doesn't quite add up, does it? But here I am. I find it all very interesting how that whole family has used this to make profit for themselves. Anyway, I guess I'll see what she does now. Stay tuned. And if you missed this before, I'll read this again. I'll read this. This is the very last message from Stephan Sterns to Deb, his mom. All right. Sin, thank you so much for gifting that 5 Guilty of Crime memberships. Get that like in there so we can give away a Foxy box, y'all. All right. Gifted 5 memberships. Google to see what it was. Little first thing that pops up is general anesthesia. Spectral, I think maybe you came in late and you're absolutely right. That's exactly what it does. And if you go back to the first 10 minutes of my video, I break it all down for you, even the chemical components and who uses them. Boop. And yeah, he absolutely just admitted it. He bought it. He says he was trying to use it like whippets. So what? And guess what? No one's ever going to be able to tell because Jenn Soto cremated her daughter. All right? My son almost died for whippets. There you go, Jamie Casey. And Maddie Soto probably died with the whatever she was taking and in a combination of. All right? Let's keep going. This is really wild. Since been a member for 17 months, as well as our favorite mod, right? That's what we're going to call her. And read that, all right? Read that. Read her message. We're going to CrimeCon and also check out bitecookies.com or email her, all right? All right, let me read the last message for y'all from Stephan yesterday to Deb. Hey, Mom, send you messages Wednesday the 26th and Thanksgiving Thursday. Please stop suggesting I don't want to talk to you anymore just because you haven't heard from me. If you don't hear from me, there's a reason. Either my messages are going slow or whatever, but it's not because I don't want to be in contact, so please stop that. I haven't been in contact with Chase in over a decade. Chase is probably one of those friends, guys, that was on Gray Pubes channel that said that Deb paid him off, whatever. All right. Yeah, right. All right. Okay. He hasn't talked to Chase in over a decade. I never said he stole a prescription pad. Those are big conclusions to jump to. I don't know. I don't see how Jenn can sue Walmart for something she has zero proof of. And guys, here's the key in this all. When Stephan says this about zero proof, again, we go back to Sebastian Rogers. Okay. And the fact that Chris Proudfoot says you have no proof. All right. When lying liar criminals say you have no proof, many times they're telling you they did it, but you don't have proof of it. All right. All right, let's keep going. You guys can explain to her what a whippet is, please. All right. Here's the key here. Zero proof. And the medical examiner did such a piss poor job at substance screening, meaning he didn't find the Sevo and who knows what else, that we will never have any proof of what he says Jenn gave her. So good luck with that. Good luck on that, Jenn. No, nothing like that was ever given to her. That means Maddie. That wasn't for her. Nothing like that was given to her. That wasn't for her. Jenn can't have cloned my phone. She never had an opportunity. Those contents could only have come from either law enforcement or the state attorney's office, leaked and for a nice price, I bet. I don't see how it would be legal for Plunder to even have that stuff, but you guys really ought to pursue legal action against that shit stain. All right. Done, gone, awesome. All right. Now, we're still here. I don't know if we made the goal, but for those of you that just came in, I'm going to play this for you. How does Sevoflurane compare to other anesthetics? Okay. While I'm playing this, guys, please, mods, please, let me know if we made the goal, because I need to pull up my thing and do the spinny thing and blah, 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 blah. All right. I've done enough talking. So I'm going to tell you how that, what that even is, right? You can go back to the beginning and see what that is. How does Sevoflurane compare to other anesthetics? Now, this is according to the operating table, my friends. Okay. That's what that's used for. All right. Did we make the goal for a Foxy box? I need to know that so that I can do a giveaway. And guys, don't worry. Like I said, I'll get those things put up for you And when I get them put up for you, I'll put them into Ghost. So that is why you want to go to ghost.org and sign the frick up. Okay. I'm not putting Plunder's documents in there. No way. No, I'm not going to try to like give away her stuff, but I'll tell you what the work we did here. All right, here we go. You guys are still asking about Sevoflurane, etc., etc. It is an anesthetic. All right, Foxy Box giveaway. Read that while we do this.
How does sevoflurane compare to other anesthetics? When considering surgical anesthesia, many patients wonder how sevoflurane stacks up against other anesthetic agents. Let's break down the key differences and features of sevoflurane compared to its counterparts like isoflurane and desoflurane. First, one of the standout qualities of sevoflurane is its speed of recovery. Patients often wake up more quickly after surgery when sevoflurane is used. This can lead to shorter stays in the post-anesthesia care unit, also known as the PACU. While the total discharge time from the PACU might be similar between sevoflurane and isoflurane, sevoflurane generally allows for a faster emergence from anesthesia. In contrast, desoflurane may enable patients to regain airway reflexes and cognitive function a bit quicker, but the difference is usually just a few minutes.
I mean, do you guys see what's happening here and why that was used? Thank you, Deb E, for the Guilty of Crime membership. Nina Drew, thank you so much for the $1.99 super sticker. You guys are great. All right. I hope this says a lot. All right. It says a lot. It speaks volumes.
Another important aspect to consider is airway irritation and side effects. Sevoflurane is known for causing less airway irritation, making it a more comfortable option during the induction of anesthesia. It is less pungent and irritating than desoflurane, which can be particularly beneficial for patients who are sensitive to airway discomfort, such as children or individuals with reactive airway conditions. Desoflurane, while effective, has a stronger smell and can cause more irritation, which may limit its use in certain patients. When it comes to outpatient or day care surgeries, both sevoflurane and desoflurane are favored due to their pharmacokinetic properties. These properties allow for shorter anesthesia times and quicker postoperative recovery. This means patients can mobilize sooner and are less likely to experience prolonged grogginess. Isoflurane, while still effective, tends to have a slower recovery profile and more airway side effects, making sevoflurane and desoflurane more suitable for shorter procedures. Hemodynamic stability is another factor to consider.
Yes.
Sevoflurane provides good control over blood pressure and heart rate during surgery, similar to isoflurane and desoflurane.
And we're almost done with this, guys, and we're going to give away a Foxy Box. Nina Drew, it's beginning to look a lot like Christmas. All right? Absolutely. I hope this helps you to understand that nobody that doesn't have a medical license or should not use this or that's not prescribed should never try to use this. All right? I usually have to get anti-nausea meds. And that's another thing. Many people get sick with this stuff. And then when you start to mix this, there goes the vomiting. All right? Combination.
This stability is crucial for maintaining safe intraoperative conditions. For patients, the choice of anesthetic can significantly affect their experience during and after surgery. Sevoflurane's gentle effect on the airway and relatively quick recovery make it a preferred option for many types of surgeries, especially those that are shorter or performed on an outpatient basis. While desoflurane may offer slightly faster recovery, its stronger smell and potential for airway irritation can make sevoflurane a more comfortable choice for some.
Now, listen, guys, we're almost done with this, but Stephan specifically said that Maddie ate a whole bunch before she went to bed. They gave her weed and she got the munchies. And when she got the munchies, she ate like snacks and top ramen. Like she just ate and ate and ate and ate. So if she ate and ate and ate and ate, and then he gave her that and the Ativan and the weed, not just him and Jenn Soto, then that would cause the vomiting. Linda says most medical examiners keep a portion of the muscle, liver, and other organs of the person having an autopsy, but was unalive for days. Now the hyoid bone dislocated makes sense. S was way too obsessed with right. And Jenn put herself in mental hospitals. All right. Okay. They didn't give her weed. Jenn gave her weed. Jenn gave her the vape pen that night and probably all of the time. All right. This makes sense. It would bet this is how he drugged her for. All right. Yeah. Jenn gave her the vape to smoke. And when I say they, we're implicating Jenn with anything that Stephan did at this point. And Jenn used a vape pen. Yes. For weed. You can't vape that stuff, though. I already looked it up. All right. We're about to give away a Foxy box, guys.
In summary, Sevoflurane compares favorably to other anesthetics by providing a balance of rapid recovery, low airway irritation, and stable anesthesia. It is often preferred over Isoflurane for quicker patient awakening and fewer airway side effects, while Desoflurane may allow for even faster recovery.
Thank you so
However,
much.
Sevoflurane's milder airway effects make it a common choice in many surgical settings.
Good night, Deb. All right, y'all. We put in some work today. We want justice for Madeline Soto. Bree, thank you so very much. All right. If you missed any of this, you may want to go back. And Nina says if Soto gave her the weed, and that's what we're saying. Listen, Stephan is supposed to be talking to the state right now about Jenn Soto, and that's why he is not talking with us. Now, Lemon Line, where the story of Jenn suing Walmart came from, that came from the original source, which was Plunder. Plunder's the one that got the documents and came out with the video. So Plunder said, is Jenn going to sue Walmart for this? All right. Those you can't eat before. Exactly. All right, guys, are we giving away a Foxy box right now? I think so. And our goal is to arrest Jenn Soto. If she never gets arrested, then she's walking away like a free woman and she did the crime. Even if she groomed Maddie with Stephan for the graping, guys, okay? She's responsible for her daughter. They were giving it to her to get high or knocked out. I'm not sure what you're asking about what they were giving her, but Jenn Soto let Madeline Soto smoke her vape pen or weed. All right. Okay. Foxy Bug giveaway is going to be right now, my friends. So if you're green, if you hit that like button, and if you made a comment, and you got to be in the United States, then you could win a Foxy box. All right. So our episode for today, that's what we got. Now we're going to give away a Foxy box. And while I'm doing this, I want to talk to you guys about Christmas. I got a lot of people that need help, and I don't know what to do with that. Okay. One lady I was hoping to get a response back from. Okay. Her grandson looks like Sebastian Rogers a lot. He's autistic, 13 years old, and he wants toys, but they don't have money. So they created a list, a wish list for this autistic teen to help out. Should I just post it on my community page, guys? Would you guys like to help some of the children that can't get gifts? Or should I do that on my page and you guys let me know. I'll post it and I'll ask you, but people for Christmas are asking for help. All right. That being said, we're going to do another episode with that. Now, drum roll, please. Story time and learning time with Guilty of Crime. Boop. All right, let's go. Nina Drew says, I wonder if she stayed local due to disability. Jenn Soto's absolutely going to be local, hiding out with the family. All right, good luck to everyone. Let's go. All right, I'm going to refresh this just to make sure y'all had the opportunity. Now we're going to load the comments. Choo choo. Let's go. All right, guys. Say a prayer. Do whatever you do. Boop. I don't think Harris O'Rourke is a crime crew member. I've seen Harris quite a bit on here. You guys need to, if you can tell me, Tiff, Foxy, anybody, boop, is Harris O'Rourke. That's actually the first time I've ever seen Harris in here. So I don't know if he is, boop, a crime crew member, my friend. I can't congratulate him yet because I don't know. Boop. I've been booping all day long. All right, guys. Okay, I don't think Harris O'Rourke. I saw him in the very beginning, guys, but I never saw him again, and I don't think he's a member. Okay, all right, we're gonna do it again. We're gonna reset. He's not green. Sorry. We give away a lot of things for people that are that support the channel, right? We do members only chats and we give stuff away. So I still need to do more members only streams, but this is what you get when you support the crime crew. Boop. All right. I think Lisa Lynn won before, but I'm not sure. All right, so we got the next one. We got Lisa Lynn, it says. I'm just going to wait a minute. If Lisa Lynn is not here, not in green, or what have you, then we're going to do it again. So please, I think Lisa is a member. Boop. Oh, congratulations, Lisa. Are you here? All right. Are you in the United States, my friend? I see horses in that picture. Krista says, no, it's a mistake. Or Harris said, dear Lord, cactus peen. All right. Congratulations to Lisa Lynn. You're the you're the winner of the Foxy box. Boop. All right, guys. We did it. We made it. We're good. Happy holidays. Nina Drew says, happy holidays to y'all. I'm done. I'm tired. That's it. Congratulations. Please do me a favor, Lisa, and email. Yes, winner chicken dinner. Where's your email, Miss Foxy Box? Where'd it go? All right, you will need to email Foxy, and as soon as she drops her email, I'll go ahead and put it up there. I think it's guiltyofprizes@gmail.com. All right, there it is, guys. Guiltyofprizes@gmail.com. Lisa, reach out to Foxy. And I also wanted to, one more thing, guys. One more thing. Where are you, Tiff? Where's that email you sent me we have a stocking stuffer thing for you guys, and I wanted to show it to you real quick. I can't find it, Tiff. Didn't you send it to my email? Tiff, I need the email that you sent me. Not the email. You sent me a thing for a giveaway, not a giveaway, a stocking stuffer. All right, we got a $25 fill the stocking at Guilty of Crime, and I can't find the email, folks, but I have it right here. Tiff, if you want to send it to me again, I can put it up there so people can see it. Tiff. Screenshots. All right. Oh, you embedded it in an email. Okay, she embedded it in an email. I got it. Let me show you something real quick, and then we'll be out of here. All right. All right, here you go, guys. I wanted to show you that for the sake of equine. I'm going to boot my horses tomorrow. Boop. All right, guys, here you go. I wanted to let y'all know. So I want you really to go over to guiltyofcrime.com, click on the merch. There it is. $25 will fill your stocking, my friends. That's pretty damn good. For $25 to fill your stocking, each stocking will come with this Guilty of Crime ornament, 2 out of 5 of the items that you see above, and this Guilty of Crime t-shirt. Okay, $25 will get you a Guilty of Crime t-shirt, a Guilty of Crime ceramic ornament, and you'll also get 2 of the 5 items that you see above. You'll get a mouse pad, a coaster set, a beanie, a guilty of crime glass mug, hand sanitizer, and a guilty of crime keychain. All right. So there it is. That's like $150 worth of value to fill a stocking. And I bet you people would be super grateful. But you also get the stocking, which it doesn't say on there, my friend. Okay, so it doesn't say that. So you get all of that. It doesn't say here anything about that. You get $25. Well, fill this stocking, plus you'll get the stocking. You'll get a beanie, a mug, a coaster set. You'll get 2 of the 5 items above, plus an ornament and a t-shirt. You can't really get much better than that. So that being said, Tiff does quality. She does quality work. I wear most of the stuff all the time for Guilty of Crime, and I don't like cheap things. They're not cheap. All right. So fill that stocking is enough to understand you get the stocking too. There you go. My brain is mush right now after reading all this and being here for 2.5 hours. So what do I know? All right, guys. Lola, great live. Jenna Bug. All right, guys. I love you. Couldn't love you more. Watch out for my posting on my community page to help children get some gifts this year. All right. Love you guys. That is a great deal for $25, my friends. Look at that. $25 will fill a stocking. You don't have to do anything else. You can buy like 3 stockings like this and just have a stocking and all the stuff in there and you're good to go. That's probably the cheapest you'll get and the best quality. All right. Have a good night, Em. Allegedly, Lisa, all of you. I love you so much. Thank you. And I will see you next week. Listen, if you're new here, 4 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, Monday through Friday, 7 p.m. Eastern. Mwah. Boop. Good night, y'all.
Guilty of crime.
I want to thank you for watching. If you enjoyed my content, please share this video, like, and subscribe. You can also follow me over at Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, X, or Gmail. If you'd like to donate to my channel, you can use Cash App or Venmo or PayPal. Thank you very much in advance. Guilty of crime.
Are you guilty?